Welcome again to Wickerson Studios. My name is Michael Wickerson, and what I have here is a script that I had before that generates a pretty interesting surface with if, conditionals, elif, and else. I'm actually using the first one that I'm playing with a little bit of this math. So as long as x stays larger than y, I can play with this very nice surface. Just ripple it through a bunch of points and have a little bit of undulating up and down. Now those points are influencing the surface. They're actually not always on the surface. But what I did was when I get past that, I basically have this part of the script that I'm taking a max count and I'm putting that at points A. I'm finding the length of that and I'm outputting it here with a print function. So print max count. You can see there's 90, which is 10 times 9, so that makes sense. And then I'm finding if the item number, which I'm inputting here, is 0, and that can climb quite high. You'll see that ball jumps all over the place and keeps dancing back to 0, 0, 0. But basically, if the item count is less than the max count, which is 90 currently, and the if count is a input that I brought in as an integer, and the item count is divisible by 2 equaling 0, which means it would be an even number, it will then, for I in range at the max count of 90, it will print, it will put the output I output to this point. So as I change it, you'll see this little sphere, which I just brought it to the sphere in this diameter. I'll make it a little larger so we can see it. As I step up here, that sphere is basically, if I put it in an animation tool, that'll show it. It'll run it through, but it keeps jumping it back to 0 as it goes. So it's popping those over on those points. It's going a little quick for you to see what's happening, but you're starting to visualize how your script is running and how it's happening. Now, if I just eliminated as that plugs through, and I took all this section and just maybe if I'll just take it here. I got a couple of, well, more than a couple of kids. Sorry about this. Let's take this and let's just delete that. I could run it again, and you'll see as I run that animation, a different thing will happen. Let's run it again. You'll see it just steps up nice and easy and runs all over the surface and follows the patterns that it has to go as it makes a loop-de-loop. And while it's doing that, I guess I could kind of technically amplify things and move things around as well. So a nice little animation of getting a ball to follow the surface of a surface. And that's it. I am going to put back in that conditional, which sends it back to 1. And the best thing about this is the max count is if we do go over the max count, 100, you'll see nothing. It reads as 0. So for that last section, anything over 90, then it'll start moving. Like I said, it moves up to the end of it. But once it hits 90 and hits the max counts, it just defaults to 0. And of course, I could have it default to anything. I could have it default to item 37. And when I do that, it'll put it right there every time the conditionals aren't being met. So I'll do a little animation here. It's not too exciting, but you'll see that it jumps all the way over top of the surface. Everything's happy, honky-dory. And I remove my modulus 2, so that's not in an effect there. That's not actually what I wanted to show. Let's go back here and pull back in that conditional. There it is. And let's put that one to 37 again and run that script. And now you'll see as I run through that animation, it'll jump back to that 37 every time it doesn't have a modulus 2. So every second one, it's not going there. So that's basically it. You're getting into the conditionals. You're writing your script. You're making things do what you want. That's holding geometries, and you see my data is changing. And you're literally running a very simple program through Grasshopper as you're jumping it into a Rhino window for geometry. So I'm going to just keep complicating these things. I'm at new 6 loops, and we'll take it into further loop iterations that I can that I'm pulling from a great Rhino basic Python node course that's online right now. So thanks very much for watching. I should put a plug in for that course. That course is, oh my gosh, if I can remember where it is. It is, where did it go? I think I have it saved here. If I go here and come down to here, Grasshopper Intro, this is the course you want to be taking. And that's with Nilüfer Zaker, and I think there's another name, last name to that as well. But you do want to be going into here, and as you creep through all of these awesome, well, maybe not creep, but as you pass through all of these incredible things, you'll be having great instances of getting into loops, and then we'll go into while loops, and we'll keep continuing, and we'll keep applying this to visualization geometry. Great course. Please take a look at it. It just came out, and a great job on it. Thanks for watching.